If you're using credit cards for emergencies, you're sabotaging your financial plan. Today, I'll explain why using credit cards for emergencies is one of the biggest roadblocks to financial freedom. Also, later in the video, I'll share 3 strategies to help you save for emergencies. I'm Dakota Grady, DG, the Money Coach, and I am all about helping you to master your finances. Let's get into it now. So today we're talking about why you don't need to use credit cards, right? For rainy days or emergencies. This is why. First and foremost, you need to understand why using credit cards is one of the biggest roadblocks to financial freedom, because it keeps you in debt. When I was growing up, I was younger, I had a credit card for emergencies. I didn't like owing people money, so when I had credit card debt, I paid it off, but it was a crutch because I used that credit card for emergencies. And that's what we've been taught. Use a credit card as an emergency or to build our credit, right? Right, but it's the wrong way to have a sound financial plan. Here's why. Because everybody and their mama are using credit card and they're keeping themselves in debt. And debt is a thief. It's taking your financial freedom away because you don't have money to invest in things such as your future, retirement, say buying assets that will help you to generate wealth in the future, maybe starting a business, right? You're paying all your hard-earned money in the name of an emergency. So what would I recommend? I'm glad you asked. I recommend having a rainy day fund for emergencies. That's right, using cash instead of using credit. Because once you rely on cash, you'll never go back to using credit, in my opinion. In fact, years ago, I heard a guy talking about using cash for rainy days. I'm like, cash? Man, get out of here. But then I thought about it. It's like, well, I do pay my card off every month, so it ain't like I'm missing out on anything except for points on my credit card, right? I was earning points when I was being an auditor. I used to travel around the country, and I used my credit card, and I got reimbursed, right, by my employer. Then I'll pay my credit card off, so I'll get points. And I said, well, let me attempt it. Let me attempt to go and use my debit card for my travel expenses instead of my credit card. And y'all, it was hard because even though I didn't like having debt, I had that credit card for emergencies, and I had a credit card to get reimbursed for my travel. I would build my points, but it's like, why do all that? Just rip out the Band-Aid at one time, meaning just use cash. I used my debit card for my travel, and I got reimbursed, and I just got my money back. And I didn't have to pay a credit card. I didn't have to build points. So I'm saying to you all, get a rainy day fund and use cash. That's right, use cash. So why do you need a rainy day fund? Because life happens. Life is going to happen to you, whether you like it or not. And you use cash because you don't want to go into debt. I want you to stay out of debt. In fact, I did a video about being out of debt. I'm going to probably share it later, but right now I want to have you focus on why you need a rainy day fund. A rainy day fund is, so what is a rainy day fund? How much should you save? What type of account should you save the money in? And then 3 things I implore you to do once you have a rainy day fund. So first off, what is a rainy day fund? It's simply money set aside for rainy days, such as a job loss, car starts working, say you drive your car and it starts working, or maybe you have a business and you have a slow time in your business, right? So it's for things that are unexpected that you can't foresee happening, but they will happen eventually, right? So I'll give you an example of one. I have a couple, but I'll give you one. One time I was in Oklahoma and I was at home and someone tried to steal my car, basically, right? They tried to steal my car. Thank God they didn't steal my car. Another time, someone actually stole my car. Somebody stole my car in 2024, last year actually. Yeah, they stole my car. But I had a rainy day fund to get a new vehicle. It was used, but a new vehicle, right? Life is going to happen to you all. I want you to be prepared for the rain, because rain is going to happen. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when. And when the rain comes, the job loss, the stolen car, when those things happen to you, are you going to be prepared? So get you a rainy day fund. In your mind, decide to start one. Your mind decide to not borrow money for emergencies. So get you a rainy day fund. Dakota, how much do I save? Great question. I have a requirement or recommendation to say save between $500 and $1,500, which is a mini rainy day fund, to cover things that are small, right? Small emergencies. Because I realize that when you have money saved in a rainy day fund, things don't happen as frequently. And if they do happen, you pay for the expense and life keeps moving. But what if you, in fact, comment below if you've always said, oh, something came up. What is your always something came up? Because I see that as people saying, I don't have an emergency fund. They'll say, oh, something came up. So drop below, what's your something came up? If you want to make better decisions with your finances, stop overspending and stop impulse spending, get you a free resource, the free money plan budget tracker at DakotaGreater.com. This is how you're going to really transform your finances in 2025. But save between $500 and $1,500 in a mini rainy day fund, because when you have things come up, you have money saved to pay for that thing that's coming up, right? Or has come up. Then you have no excuses, right? So get you a mini rainy day fund of $500 to $1,500 in a savings account. All right. Now, when you get a big rainy day fund or a mega rainy day fund, I say you save between 3 and 9 months of savings, because say you have a house or a home you own, right? You're going to need a big savings for things such as a new roof, a new AC unit, washer and dryer, any kind of major expense for your home. You'll need money saved to make repairs. And I don't want you to go back into debt. I want you to get out of debt as fast as possible, including your house. Pay the house off ASAP. That's right. But make sure you have money saved for emergencies. Don't go get a HELOC or home equity line of credit. Don't do that. Your home equity line of credit is your cash, your rainy day fund. That simple, y'all. All right, so where do you need to put the money? Great question. You can put your money in a high yield savings account. Well, it may get like 4% or 5% on your savings, right? Or you may put it in a regular savings account or a money market account, which may do a little better than a savings account. But the whole point is to keep putting money there, park your money there so it can just sit, right? Some people may say, I want my money to grow for me. This fund is not for investing. It's for savings for rainy days. You have money for investing, which is going to grow your wealth, and money for saving, which is going to help you stay out of the hole, meaning being broke, busted, and disgusted, basically. Having to go borrow money because you got nothing saved. All right? That's simple. Now, here are 3 things I need you to do when you get your rainy day fund. The first thing I need you to do is always have a rainy day fund at all times. All right? Because whether you like it or not, life's going to happen to you. Whether you like it or not, life's going to happen to you. I want you prepared for the rain, y'all. Like, I live in South Carolina. Last year alone, between hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, things happen. And I'm like, I don't want you to be caught off guard if a major expense happened to you and your family. I want you to have some kind of safety net between you and life. And that safety net is a rainy day fund, y'all. It may sound simple, but this stuff is important. It is important that you have a rainy day fund. Oh, real quick. If you want to learn how to better manage your finances, drop the word below, money tracker. That's right. I'm going to send you a link for a money plan budget tracker. So drop below money tracker so we can get you the link for the money plan. All right, but number 2, always replenish your rainy day fund. That's right. Always, when you spend the money, replenish it. So you spend the whole $1,500. You have to say it right. Great. Now go back and put that money back into the account as fast as possible, because I want you to always, again, have money saved. Exactly. Always have money saved for your rainy day fund, because it's there for rainy days. And the last one, y'all, gonna probably be the hardest part. Don't touch it. Only for emergencies. Don't touch it. Keep your hands off the money, y'all. It ain't for going to buy a new car, a new sofa, a couch, or a new big screen TV, or whatever the latest gadget is, or the new Yeezys, or whatever you want to buy. Keep your hands off the money, y'all, unless you need it for a rainy day fund. Because I want you to be prepared for life. When life happens to you, I want you to be ready for it. And the way to be ready for rainy days is to have a rainy day fund in your arsenal. Now, if you have struggled with making good decisions with your money, and you're held back by past mistakes you have made with money, I created a video explaining in detail how to make better decisions with your finances. In fact, watch it here, and I'll see you there.